So guys, give it up once again for Mr. Ayo Akonde, AY Nigeria. Is this mic still working? Okay, so the first session didn't have this much paparazzi. And please permit me to stand, not on existing protocols, but stand, because I feel that at this moment we need to stand and talk to ourselves about this. The light behind me for framing, please, can we position it properly?
Okay.
Yes, just careful there. So again, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for waiting here. It means a lot to me that I've been given the opportunity to speak again. Great conversations have been had. Just to speak very quickly about friends that have spoken. Engineer Foles is my great friend and colleague. He owns this place. Otumba GT Ojo is also, when I found out about what he was doing with alluvium right here in Ekiti State, you guys have no idea what we are building in Ekiti State. And for all of you who would not be patient, I'm sure that you'll be doing well somewhere, and then you will watch us write the story of this place so much that you will recall that we said that we're doing something in Ekiti State very powerful. There's so much going on here, and it's almost time for us to make Ekiti the bastion of some great level of excellence when it comes to tech and innovation. And people like Otumba JT is building some powerful entity. I have access or privy to information about what the government is also doing. So we're building something. It is almost there. And you know, the beauty about Ekiti is that we are writing a story that in generations from now, and I'm talking years, I'm talking generations, right? Generations from now, they will look back and they most likely will mention your name if you are able to tap into what we are building today. You have the opportunity to be able to form the foundation of something that is building and budding in a state like Ekiti. There are some names that will never go down drain in Lagos. There are certain names that in any sphere, even in the creative industry in Lagos, that you will always keep mentioning, whether they are dead or alive. Now, imagine that you have a golden opportunity in Ekiti State to carve your name into the annals of time. You are carving it into the rocks of the times of the state. So please, I beg you, we are building something in Ekiti, and we're doing something, and that's why these conversations are very, very important. It's not convenient for me, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's a huge responsibility. I was telling Eri, I didn't sleep till 3 a.m. this morning after organizing and executing my 16th event for the state. 16th event, which was in partnership with the UK government in Nigeria. I did that, and I've been at it from Tuesday, right? Media rounds and all of that executed. I did sleep till this morning, 3 a.m. I feel very tired. I feel very weary. But let's get into this conversation, because I see that most of you have been here not because we're giving you guys 5,000 naira transport. This is not a generation that is waiting for mobilization, and you guys are waiting for your transport fare. You guys are big girls and big boys, and you can take care of yourself. You guys are even, see, your skins are glowing. You're fresh now. See the way you're looking. But I believe very strongly that something has kept you till this point. And that's the value you hope to get, and not just to hear things that will burst or blow up your minds into oblivion, but urge you or nudge you into action. So please, I beg you, for the next few minutes, I'm not even going to stay. These slides, I'm most likely going to spend about 15 minutes on it, and then get into the real conversations, answer a few questions, and then we can go. So please, again, I want to stress that there is hope in this land. There is promise here. I know that hope in a long time delayed can make your hearts weary, but we are almost there. I've been here, someone asked me, I've been here in the state for the 2017, 2018 till 2026. That's roughly about 7 or 8 years now back here working. And see what we have done in such a short while. So please, I beg you, please let's focus. So this is what I'm speaking about because it's very important for business. Now, what we are as creatives are business people. We are your skills, what you do, your talent is for a business, right? And you have to have an understanding, even if you have not built a structure or a system around it, it earns you money, all right? You design graphics for people, people pay you. You do content for people, people pay you. Or if you have not started, it means that there's a potential for payment and then it's a business. So we're looking at pricing, client relations, and growth. And guys, I'm not giving you ChatGPT resolutions again, not because I have a problem with ChatGPT. I write and I speak from my life and it things that have laid down my life, blood and sweat to build. So I speak very passionately from my experience and what I think the problem is. And thankfully, I'm at a critical intersection within this economy where I'm able to see what the gaps are and what we should fix, just like the topic that I did. So first is to talk about the ideation, and thankfully, Engineer Foles spoke about the consumer being king. Because of the generation we are in now, there are so many things you are trying to bastardize, and it's okay. Vibes, all of that, it's okay. Consistency, you are even trying to trample on that. You started with motivational speakers, and that's okay. But see, when you erode all the basic crucibles of the economy or the principles that build a fine business, then what will you run your own business entities with? Maybe Gen Zs will now have their own business playbook or economic playbook that is different from the ones that have sustained the world up until now, right? So let's look at it. Engineer Foles mentioned that whatever skill you're doing, whatever talent you're doing is not for you. It's for a consumer. The idea is the business, and your idea is not the best idea. This is the number one mistake creatives make, and this is the fastest way to lose a client. This is the angle, right? This is the color. This is the framing. This is the edit. This is my editing style. Who cares? I'm paying you to do a graphics design. So what should you do? You should first understand what the client wants. Is there a font that you prefer? Is there a design frame that you prefer? Is there a color frame that you prefer? If you ask those basic questions, you'll be shocked at the depth of some of these clients that they bear or carry, because these people consistently pay for service, and so they've learned a lot of technologies or know the ropes. But you always assume that your own idea, since they came to me, I'm sorry, I'll use Eri as guinea pig today. Since they came to me, Eri visuals, so that means they've heard a lot about me. That means they know me. I'm an established industry person, and so whatever I give to them, they must take. It's wrong. Understand what the customer wants. Understand what the client wants. Your idea is not the best idea. If a client pays for a job, you, before you even collect the money, understand what they want. And if you cannot deliver it, say you cannot. And if you can deliver better, you can. See, there's so much sense and so much impact you can make by just sitting with the client and with your notes, and not to lecture. Some of you lecture your clients. You lecture the person that is paying for the job. You know that if you do it this way, this is the globally benchmarked way to approach this content. Just to twist them to take what you have delivered. No. So before you even create at all, whether you're a graphics designer, or a website designer, full stack, whatever, understand what the client wants. Does the client have a brand preference? They have a brand color, all of this, right? Because the client is not paying for a solution. The client is paying for a solution, forgive me, not access to your own imagination. They're not paying you money for you to recreate your imagination. It's their project and not yours. So smart creatives don't abandon their creativity, right? They learn to align with the client's objectives. So I can still deliver what I like the way the client wants. There can be a common ground where we find ourselves. That's my first slide. All right. And like I put this, first is your idea, right? And then this is what the client wants, right? You can always find a way to deliver well when you understand what the client wants and impute your skill and your idea. So that's now let's talk about pricing, critical pricing, and which is a problem that a lot of people have. Some of you are so skilled that you feel that right now you should be charging 100,000 per video. Right? And I see that that's a lot of problem that a lot of people have. You know, my friend Nafo can, you know, managing this place would have engaged with a lot of creatives where you want to come and say you're a cameraman. And he said, because of my skill, I have an experience, you know, you should be paying me within the region of 200,000 naira. Right? So what exactly? And then you find that the system or the economy fights you because, and you're wondering, I'm good now. I am the best multimedia guy in this state. I can live stream even with a techno phone and my legs raised, you know, and you are so proficient. It's not, you know, second guessing. And I know that thing that happens to your generation. You guys are wonderful. But the truth is, pricing comes with certain metrics. And these are the factors, right? Because pricing and value comes. And value is not skill. Value is not skill. Value is using your skill to build impact over a period of time. I'll give you an example. You are the best drone flyer or flight operator, and you just moved from Lagos, where you used to charge 150,000 per minute, and then you came to Ekiti, relocated. And you got here and say, oh, so you do your research, your social media. So is there any drone company in this state? No, there's no drone company. Is there a drone? There are people fly drones. Yeah, there are plenty of people who have drones, but there is no professional drone flight operator. Oh, well, yeah, I'm here to stay. And then you do your contacts to meet people. So I'm this is what I do. I'm the best right now. You can even check. These are some of the things I've done. Worked with filmmakers in Lagos and Abuja. And you go on and on and on and on. And they are looking at you and looking at you. So how much do you charge? Well, because I just relocated, previously I used to charge 150K per 30 minutes, but right now to fly a drone, I'll probably just do, because it's new here, I'll do 80,000 per 30 minutes and say, and they look at you and say, we'll get back to you. And that's it, right? Is the drone flight operator lying that he's good? No, sir. No. But the question is, what value has it built up in that environment, that period? With that understanding, that's what pricing benchmark is on. So expertise, the factors that must guide pricing for creatives, expertise and time required for that task. And sometimes you will understand this. This is how you engage a client, because some of you don't understand how to really put figures to this, to be able to demand and break down. I work in the creative industry. I work in creative entertainment, and then as an MC. And then I hear a lot of people, when I started, is it not to come and just speak and talk as an MC? Back then, 100,000. Hello, and by manage 50, I'll be 30 gonna for tele. Right? And by the way, I have a lot of crazy sick stories. I've been paid 20,000 naira for an event before. Right? And I've done a lot of events for free. As a matter of fact, I proudly say it. I do a lot of events for free. Some now to support them, but right now, back then coming up, I did a lot of events for free. So now, but when you sit a client down and say for pricing, we're talking pricing now. All right, so this is my standard way, right, of how I charge. One, I don't repeat outfits at events. So that event must pay for my outfits. Do you understand? And I'm talking my native wear, agbada, whatever, my footwear, my glasses, maybe my watch. It must pay for my look. I can even charge my perfume for that. because they are all costumes. They are things that I work with. If I don't look very good, all of you will not be looking at me like this. Yes. I'll probably be pressing your phone. All right. So it's part of it. It's called showbiz. That means you show before you do the business. Right? So I charge for that. And then I make the client understand. They say, more understand. Then I now tell them that this is what my packages are. I have my own microphone. You know what it means. So if I charge per unit of how much I bought my own microphone. All right. And then my own professional delivery. The fact that my work begins immediately the client engages me. Funny story. There's an event that's happening next year, November, and they already booked me. Right? And so they call back and say, do you want the full payment or half payment? Because other vendors are saying they don't want payment at all. I said, don't worry. Economy can reduce or increase, but don't worry. Whatever it is, the money I've charged you, I can use to buy my clothes and keep it till next year, November. So I can still collect money. And why am I saying that? Now they have a picture of what it costs per breakdown. So they understand that this guy will not come and compete with Mike on the stage. He has his own unique mic. He has his own unique look. He has his own unique delivery as a person. And so they will not say, send us videos of your work, evidence. And then they see the ambience of the stages that you've stayed. They see that it's not the decor, it's not wishy-washy decor. They see the band that you've worked with, say, this guy, be like, say, this guy, they roll with big people. So in their mind, it helps. And then they come back and say, so for instance, you charge them 550,000 and say, please, can't you do it for us 400,000? And before they were planning to offer you 150. You understand what I'm saying? But because you have seen and broken down, and it applies for every single creative or part of the creative industry that exists. Some of you, your per hour billing, right? And your delivery, all of that, your niche that you have built, all of that, put it in it. Then the complexity and resources are spoken about. Those are factors. Then you also have to understand client expectations. So questions that are asked for my industry. What all are you using? If you say AB Foundation, I cannot do anything less than 300,000 or 250. AB Foundation. That means that I'm going to be facing on an average over 500 people or sometimes even 300 people, right? So that one, and that means that you cannot go and pay. I know how much they pay, for instance, so I scratch that. Let's come back to it. AB Foundation, in my head, I know that you cannot rent AB Foundation less than 1.2 million. I know that. So if you want to use the 2 screens, that's 1.6 million. That is if it's not higher than that. So if you are renting a hall for 1.6 million, you cannot do a decor of less than 3 million in that hall. Less than 3 million that hall. It means that you cannot do, your crowd cannot be less than 300. You understand? In that hall. It means that the band that you most likely would engage will not be paid less than 3 million. Are you understanding me? Yes. So the decor, your price, all of that in microseconds, right? And then you put all of that together. And so you can gazette, this is my own service and this is my premium that I place on the service, right? Client expectation and market realities. Did you get the breakdown? Yes, sir. Did you get by questioning? All right. And then your cost and the value that you have created. What have you done before? Who have you worked with before? All of that become reality. So now this also, pricing is very critical to name. And I'm going to say this very quickly. There was a state government event that they paid one of our seniors in the industry 50 million naira to anchor for 2 hours in Lagos. Yes, very recently. I heard about it. I heard about it because there was someone on the panel that reviewed that engagement and they brought up my name and for whatever reason they scratched it, and then they still managed to pay that person 50 million naira to anchor the event for 2 hours. But guess what? When I heard, I didn't feel heartbroken. You know why? The person had built a name. And that name could command that price. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, as you build your name, understand this. So sometimes it's not because the value or the customer or the client does not want to pay you well. They're just waiting for you to blow. Are you understanding me? They're just waiting for you to blow. And then when you blow, The same you that they were saying, I beg you, collect 30,000 naira, they will be begging you with 2 million and 3 million. And the conversation is funny how it works, right? And then sometimes it gets me almost depressed because I'm wondering, this thing is not balanced, or this life is not balanced. But in reality, it shows you that you must put in the work, right? Because the same people that were rubbishing you and you know that you can blow in a couple of months. Yeah. You can be an internet sensation, go viral in a couple of months, and everybody's talking about you. The same people that brought you to an event, that you took Okada to enter, and they paid you 30,000 naira, they will now be the one that will reach out to you and say, we're applying this event, and you will bill them 5 million naira, and they will say, I know that you are now a big deal, oh. You understand? Can you collect 2 million naira from us in just months because you blew, right? So it's important that as you build your name, you have to consider this one. That person that I mentioned that they paid 50 million naira to come and call an event for 2 hours has more experience than myself. Has anchored events for presidents. During their reign. So this president will go, they will bring it, another one will come, will anchor, and till date, right? Experience. Portfolio. The number of jobs, gigs, events that the person has, very rich. Reputation, very number one. That's the person, the reputation. All right. And then again, what? Trust, which comes from character. Don't forget. Character is what builds what or sustains or establishes trust. And then premium pricing. You see the level, right? The question you now ask yourself is, how much experience? You know you can be good and you just entered an industry in few months. You are just good. You just know as a day. But you never build what? Experience. Are you understanding me? Yes. So you will not say the same job that I can do or the same movie that I can shoot that these other people are shooting and they will collect 50 million naira. Is it not the same gears? If I have access to the same resources and all of that, and then you'll be querying it, God, do you have the experience? Because there are certain things experience will teach you that no book can teach you. You would have burnt your hand. You would have gone into depth. You'd have made some recruiting mistakes, right? And that would have built your resilience. And then it gives you an insight. So there are certain mistakes that you will never ever make because of experience, right? How rich is your portfolio? What kinds of jobs have you done? Who are the people that you have done the job for, right? Now, what is your reputation? You know that as you improve and you grow, the same way you've never probably seen anyone in Nigeria before, but you have heard so much about the guy. I've heard so much about you. Imagine his reputation. People keep talking about one person. It grows. You hear me today now, you go back home with an impression in your mind. You gist your friend, I went this place, and the friend hears about it, not seen me before, goes to gist another friend. That kind of thing. It builds as a wave. Reputation, the trust on character. And then before you even start talking premium pricing, you have gone through this. Right? I've gone through this. And then this is very important because this is what I use as a structure for what? For my pricing. And guess what? Because you guys are Gen Z generation, you can catch up with all our 10 years of struggle and toiling in 1 month. And that's the beauty of this generation. It's brutally, I'm being brutally honest right now. It's painful for me. I have like these guys, but it's a fast-paced generation. You guys can catch up. But you can only catch up if you do the following. What are your service packages? So I can do 20 graphics designs for you and I'll collect 100K. I say, 20 graphics design, that's divided by, that's how much, to get how much one graphics, it doesn't matter. You can even do free graphics. You'll be doing free graphics for the past 4 years and they did not pay you 100,000. So if you do 20 for, it doesn't move you, but it's a service package. Are you following me? Then clear deliverables. You will get one video. You will get one logo. You will get one motion graphics. You will get one this, all of that. And then it will help your pricing. Then terms and conditions. I'll collect 70% payment before I deliver the job. After, and you can pay after satisfactory. That if you put that term, you can put yourself in trouble because sometimes some clients never get satisfied and they hold on your money because of that term. So you have to, the word they say, terms and conditions apply. It has to be clear, right? And then revision limits. You cannot, I have this document. I do have this document. You cannot correct my graphics for more than twice. Excuse, sir. I'm not here to service the entire family, right? State it very clearly. If you have to control B it, control B it. If you have to put it in italics and then make it bigger than the normal font, do it, right? You cannot edit or correct this video more than 3 times, right? Terms and revision limits, then payment schedules, what goes in, what proportion comes in, invoicing, very critical. Very critical. You get to a point in your life where certain clients will not talk to you anymore because you sent them just a PDF file or something that is not corporate, right? Invoicing. Then you must all have cancellation policies. If you're wild out too much, this is the limit we can take, properly written in English language, and then to cancel. It saves. And guess what? That's what experience also teaches you. Because you would have had clients that will keep telling you, that you can edit one video 200 times. Yes. One video. I don't like the way my head is here. Can you put Michael Jackson here? Can you put all of that? See, you will do it. And then they will be sending it to their families and be sending it to their friends. And the friends too will be commenting and they will be forwarding the comments to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So please, if the wahala too much, have a cancellation policy. And what? Financial records, very, very important. You know why financial records are very important? I'm going to be practical with you. You will never know how much weight you carry, right? Until you have estimated how much your journey has earned. You'll never know. Some of you have made 100 million since you started this content creation job. Some of you have made 50 million since you started your graphics design job. But because you do not have proper records, financial records, you cannot tell. You cannot tell how much you made in 2024 or 2023. Because when you now know it, you can tell. Certain people, I was talking about a woman who said, I can't do this job, begging you with 3.5 million naira for an event to cook in this economy, and you're saying you cannot do this job. It's because they know what there was. You might not have it in your account. Usually it will not be in your account. It will either be in the gears, your outfit, your investment portfolios, if you do have any, or it could be in anything, even in your stature. It could also be in your reputation, right? But you know your worth and you can put a figure to it. And so when somebody offers you certain deals, you say, I can't do it. I've turned down 2 deals in the past 2 weeks. 2 deals. I'm supposed to have an event on Monday, right? And they called me to a meeting last week, Monday, or this Monday, Monday morning, this week's Monday in the morning, when I was supposed to resume, and they were offering me 100,000 naira for an event. I just smiled. I told them, I don't do 100,000 naira events. I'm sorry. And that's where they come. I didn't say anything else. They were done rambling. I'll call this person. I call this person. This person has done. I don't care. I don't do it. And I walked out. You know why? Because I know how much I made last month. And so I can place premium on myself like that and charge. So this is the structure of pricing. And please, in this, please, when I tie pricing and building all of this, please understand this, that the goal is to be affordable and not cheap. And you have to maintain a sound economic understanding to get this, right? Some of you are very cheap, very, very cheap, right? And you must move, but this is what it leads to, right? This is what you will have to go through to get to that point. Almost done. Now we have spoken about pricing. Now let's talk about customers and clients. Clients, for any skill or talent you have, is the reason why you're there. They are the reasons that they are the ones that will sustain you, right? Some of you have skills that because you don't have a single patronage, you have lost it. Because you never know how good you are yourself if somebody doesn't pay for that service. How much, what is they call it in economics, effective demand and ineffective demand. All right. So clients are not a distraction. They are the business. And please, creatives, let us, that God factor that I've described as the concept of creation or creativity, subliminally or subconsciously operates and hovers around our head and shrouds our mind sometimes. You just start feeling, Mami now. Airy visuals. Namina. Right? You just have that complex, superiority complex. But every single time you are on a table or in a conversation with a client, please drop the godship and transfer it to the client and make the client king. So that you don't have, I've heard people, creative, say, the guy just, they disturb me. They disturb you? Be like, say, hungry never hook your neck. You understand? They disturb you, See, so let's create a balance. And I'm not speaking conflicting things, because you'll be saying, I'm begging someone with 3.5 million naira in an economy, and then, that person can evidently say the person, I'm disturbing her. But I know you won't say I'm disturbing her. But I want you to understand this, right? That until you are there, you are not there. If he didn't dare, he didn't dare. He didn't dare. And one thing that I know about people who have made the mark is they never trivialize their journey. They never trivialize. They will thank you. She will say, thank you for reaching out to me, but I think you should give this person this deal. Right? They appreciate it. For them, when they look back, they are grateful that God, I'm now at a point where 3.5 million naira deal doesn't shake me anymore. I'm not even shaking. Some of you now, if they text you and say there's a project we're working on and the total sum is 10 million naira, you will not sleep for 2 nights. Yes. Some of you are here. And they say, it's not like they will give you the 10 million naira. Your own part is just to create content for the whole project. You already calculate all the things that you buy, all the OPay money that you return. So the client pays for your skill, time, creativity, and expertise. Treat the relationship with respect. Oh God, relationship is powerful. Relationship is powerful. The Grid Studios produced, is it not about more than 10 episodes of my podcast? And if I were to pay the standard rate, right now, this jacket, I won't have it. I'll probably have sold it. Right? Relationship is powerful. Can you just look at you, my guy now? Okay, so this is standard fee. Don't worry. Don't talk to that accountant. Whatever you have, send it. Relationship is powerful. Right? So please, understand that some of you don't even have clients yet, but to have clients or even have repeat clients, to even get referrals, to have long-term relationship that leads to what bigger relationships or bigger opportunities, you have to treat the clients as king. I beg you, as king. I'll give you a practical example. This is second to the last slide. I currently anchor the Institute of Internal Auditors Nigeria conference, and I'm going for the 4th time this year. That means all internal auditors all over Nigeria gather in Lagos and Abuja every year, or sometimes Lagos, most times Lagos, every year for their conference all over, and I anchor it. And I've been doing it for the past 3 years. I'm doing it again for the 4th year. Is it that they do not see the person that anchored the event before they hired me was this Channels TV anchor, right? It's me, small boy here in Ekiti, from Ekiti here, right? I got just one opportunity and I got access to that, and I've held it down for the past 4 years, right? So is it that I'm the finest speaker or the finest MC? I don't even dance on stage. If you know me very well, I don't even dance on stage. I'm not even a comedian. Right? I don't speak the best of English. Have you heard Frank Edor speak before? That guy get grammar, right? But I'm not the best in the heart, in the center of excellence. And I've done it for 3 years. And a board, the board of IIA, especially internationally, has the most powerful people. I'm talking KPMG level, right? Powerful commerce companies. And yet they choose to bring me back every year. You know why? Because every single time that I get that, client relationship is what has kept me. So I did something last year. as if I knew that it's possible that they're not coming back this year. So I was investing because the board chair or the conference chair was going to change last year, and the conference chair has fallen in love with me. I will not, Sean, thank you. Can we celebrate Engineer Foles?
Sorry guys, I'm with the judge.
Yes, enjoy your time. So the conference chair, of course, fell in love with me. In fact, I've even done public speaking training and all of that. You know, he's a guy, so he's not a lady, so that you not be thinking bad things. And you know, he believes in me. You know, somebody who sees you and say, this guy, I don't know who you are, I don't know who your mama is or your father is, I will die with you. Those people, God just blesses you that way, right? And so it was going to change. It wasn't going to be the one there anymore. So guess what I did? All the board chairs, right? I knew that was, he told me, that's the power of relationship also. And guess what? This thing, you people, you used to think that a relationship or sustaining a relationship is greeting the person every year or every day. No, strategically. So these people, me and him, we don't, SJ and the other man, we don't even talk until, so the event is always in September. We don't talk until probably July. And then you just say, oh boy, now wow. Now so they regret me. Oh boy, now wow. I'll say SJ, how far now? You know, and then they will say, we have constituted board, we're doing this, blah, blah, blah. Are you available? And then we'll start talking pricing, and then we'll go again. So guess what, right? All of the boards, they reached out and told me that I don't go there to next year. So I say, make I tell you, I'm stepping down and all of that. I don't want to come here on the stage and it will shock you. So I did a gift, branded gift for all the board members. And guess what? Coincidentally, that year or last year, I'm talking about last year, the 3rd edition that I was anchoring, was the year that they stole my phone at their party. They stole my phone, right? It was devastating. You guys never see anything. Like you're anchoring an event and they steal your phone. In fact, they were asking me, is it a joke? Is it content? I said, no, it's not content. As in, they're not thief my phone. I'm talking, no, you don't get. I'm talking in an event and I'm saying, they don't move my phone. And people are laughing. And then I'm saying, it's not joke. They don't fap my phone for a year. And then all of a sudden, they're like, wait. Are you serious or you're joking? I said, I'm serious. And I said, you are laughing. I said, hey, should I be crying? They don't see my phone now. You know? And all of them are coming to meet me, and then the DJ plays. And then, are you serious? They stole your phone here. Do you have is it an iPhone? You know? And they come around. And so they stole the phone. They went to CCTV. It was until they checked CCTV, saw who stole it. They couldn't track. And then they now confirmed that, true, they see my phone. Right? I'd given them the gift. They even sent me money, but it's not all the money for the phone, right? It was embarrassing. But here is what I'm saying. I met all of them, said hello to all of them, gave them a gift package. I traveled and I gave it to them. Now, this is the principle for me, and I want to spotlight it. You have to understand this, right? There is a popular scripture that says the gift of a man, it is a principle. It is a principle. I share it every time I connect and grow. The gift of a man maketh way for him, right? So you see, that gift is not your ability to use ChatGPT well all the time. It's not that literal sometimes. Sometimes it will be the phone you will buy and gift somebody. It might be the diary you will customize and gift someone. It might be somebody gifted me watermelon recently. You see, if you see a gifting person, the person is a powerful person. And guess what? That watermelon story, I was going to post the story today. That watermelon, you see that guy, he's been coming to disturb me. He's one of these creatives that speak plenty grammar. He idea too plenty. And so he was just bugging me, idea formulation. So maybe he saw from my face that I wasn't interested in the nonsense he was saying. And the next time I was coming, he brought watermelon. And so he still went and said the plenty grammar that he said, right? And then at the end of the day, and I said, I just didn't want to come. I didn't know what to buy. Please just take this watermelon. And guess what? Watermelon melted my heart. What I swear. The guy, if he sends me a message, I can stay away for a while before I reply. But now, watermelon. Very quickly, I'm almost done. Otumajeti just shared. Do you remember the story of the coffee and biscuits? The story. Do you remember it? He shared it at the Connect and Go when he flew in from UK to come and meet with the guys that attended. And he said he went to bid for a multi-millionaire contract. These guys deal multi-million, right? Big deals. Canada, US government, they built softwares for them right from here. And so they went to one of these bids and they lost. And you know, when you lose a big gig like that, everybody goes home heartbroken. There's one winner, just one winner. And then he said, he just felt, let's, to the board chair at the council, let's send a unique biscuit, you know, and some coffee to them as a gift. Biscuits and coffee. Guess what happened? They sent it, they delivered it. I don't know whether they ate it or not, but the fact that they delivered it, they called them and said, I don't know who told you or taught you this principle, but is there a way that you can co-implement this job with the person who won the contract? And they co-implemented that contract after they lost it. Guess what is what? Biscuit and what? Coffee. You guys don't joke with keeping relationships, right? So what a good client relationships require. Hey, so please don't dwell too much on that. This is very important. Creatives, reply your message. Communicate. Unfortunately, we can't deliver today. We will deliver tomorrow. Pick your calls. Please. Pick your calls. Pick your calls. Don't say the man is disturbing me too much. On top how much? You know, go believe and say the money self don't finish. It's not it's not the client's business. Sure, you understand? Please, clear communication. It's so easy right now in your generation that you can even automate these responses. When you, for instance, you want to print and you are defaulting, clear, just type it. But you even use ChatGPT, respectfully deliver it, copy and paste. Bam, bam. You understand? They know. They will not accuse you, right? Be professional and respectful. Keep the tone. Don't be replying a client with stickers. You know, replying clients with stickers. You know, please be respectful in your communication. Please also let's work on our reliability and timely delivery. And I'm being honest here. I'm not saying you will not have skirmishes, but when it is every single time on it, active, without delivery dates, please, almost no. Hey, God help us. See, what is it? Can we read it? 1, 2, go. Say it again. One of the principles that I use is to under-promise and over-deliver. Under-promise and over-deliver. We want to have so much fun. We want to, by God's grace, we will do our best. We want to enjoy ourselves. We want to be laughing and rolling on the floor. We want to be doing this. We will do our best. But I do hope that you know I'm not a comedian. Right? We know, but it's not like people will be sleeping when you're talking. We'll do our best. Right? And then you show up and you knock them off. Right? But then we want to have someone share more meaning. I want to do a for you, suffering. The people who told you about me did not tell you about me. You understand? Who do you think you are talking to? And some of you will do it more professionally. These are our archives. These are the jobs we've executed. We are not new in this game. We are not kids in this business. Oh God, rest. Rest, sheath your sword. Rest. We will try our best. We will do our bit. And then over deliver. Then it is then they will now come and say, I didn't know that you were this bad, oh. You know, I've been places before with clients before that they will say, we were even supposed to give this job to one, you know this person now. Oluogundola, you know this person now. These people have even said they did not even want to collect as much money that you want to collect. Some of you them even say they will come for free and do it. But we just felt no because of the caliber of people that we're bringing. So please don't disappoint us. So please, so we don't want any event. Oh, MC Ejo, please, so don't embarrass me on my big day. You know, and then you show up and then they see the way people are respecting you and showing up and coming to greet you on stage, and they're wondering, it's like, I do not know this boy. Who is this guy? And then when they are done, you have delivered, they will come back and say, I'm surprised. I didn't know that you were this good. It's better than with all the mouths that you were making. With all the mouths that you were making, see what you still did. And you know, because we are all humans, once you raise expectation, right, the standard goes higher. You will not be able to satisfy. So keep it, listen and manage expectations and be accountable. Accountability is very key. Accountability for some of us, especially in creative media, live streaming, all these guests. If you say you bring, for instance, you bring black magic, 2 black magic cameras, let them see the black magic cameras. They don't need to. They are busy. Their eyes is up there. But call them and tell them, you know, stylishly, I've seen it. You see those things, they find it, you might perceive as though you are disturbing them, but they find it useful over time because they can recall when trouble comes and say, even the cameras you put, you say you will rent 20 cameras. We didn't see more than 5, right? You keep records, accountability. And please, let's honor our agreements. You know, you see this thing, You see this thing, after you have built this structure, you know, you have service packages, clear deliverables, terms and conditions, revision limits, payment schedules, you've sent invoice, you sent them cancellation policy where their problem is too much, you know, and all of that. Please honor what? The agreement. If you say you will deliver something, and I tell Eri, if I tell you I will deliver a job, maybe I broke down, I fell sick, I will deliver it. I will deliver it. Even if I will not sleep, I will deliver it. You have to build that principle where you honor your agreements. If I tell you I will do something for you, it's very rare. I will do it for you. Honor your agreements, because the goal isn't just one transaction, and that is where the mistake that a lot of you make. You know, I spoke about pricing. If you get paid consistently 1 million by clients progressively, right, for 5 years, it is better than when the client, you make 10 million from one client and it ends. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
Because you see that 1 million and the progress that it makes for 5 years would have birthed other networks, other relationships, other connections from that one person, because you have built trust, rather than make 10 million naira from one person and that's the end of it. So the goal isn't just one transaction. It's becoming someone that the clients want to call again. Keep that at the back of your mind. And this, okay. Now, this is one bane that creatives have as a problem. Documentation. If you don't document it, you can't improve it. You can't even prove it. What is the proof that you have done 200 jobs? Do you have a link that can send me all your dossier? How many unfinished video edits do you have on your CapCut accounts right now? How many unedited or uncompleted graphics jobs or designs do you have in your archives or in your folders right now? How many undelivered? How many of your jobs that are hanging, how many of your jobs that are lying on your laptops without making it to social media? Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Documentation gives your business memory. People can look back and say they know your past works. It becomes a data for your next level. There are certain events I can no longer take, not because I can no longer take them. You won't bring them to me. Recently, a friend of the client walked up to me and said that, are you A1 Nigeria? I said, yes, up the stairs. And then we were going on. I said, my friend has been trying to talk to you. I said, why? I said, she's planning her 40th birthday. I said, congratulations. And they say, but the person is in your community. You guys are in the same Ekiti Ben vendors community. I said, oh, so I hope it's not one lady that sent me her 40th birthday. You know, somebody just shut you up and say, good afternoon, A1 Nigeria. Sent Ivy. And I'm wondering, I was almost going to ask, do you want me to attend or you want me to anchor the event? But I just left it. I said, congratulations, the day is blessed. I ended it there. They say, it's likely, because that one too was 40 years. I said, it's likely, but she's been scared of talking to you about the event because they said, Enumiti Fair. I laughed. I didn't say Enumi Fair, Enumiti Fair, Mogba. Right? I laughed. And then she said, she's part of you. She wants to do the party, you know. You see, they have probably checked you out and they see the things that you have done before. So they know the kind of things they can bring to you. Institutional memory. Without documentation, you have no records. You cannot get reviews. You have no proper invoice trail. You have no client feedback captured, and you start over every project. That's what it means, right? But when you document everything, you now have projects, you have clients, you have pricing, you have expenses, you have deliverables, timeliness. You now have client feedbacks. I have plenty of them. It's on my website. You have challenging stories to tell. You have results, good and bad. You have testimonials, and you have a portfolio material. Do you have a portfolio? Right? Because this is what essentially growth means. Better work, better service, better pricing, better management, faster learning, stay in business longer. But this is where it starts from. Better work. Without better work, you can't have a better service. You can't have better pricing. You can't demand better. You can't do management better. You can't even learn anything because you will not be learning at all. And you might not even be in business. And the last one I want to talk about is feedback. Because if I asked in this room, your last job or your last gig, did you ever, or your last sales, that is if you sell, did you ever ask, or when last did you ever ask after doing a job for someone, please, what do you feel about the job I've done? Do you know how powerful that question is? It will open a myriad of unexpressed emotions from the client, either good or bad. I'll tell you a story. Early in my MCing days, I think this was like the second or third event I was anchoring. And then a friend of mine, Tolu, reached out to me from Ibadan. She was getting married. Tolu is my very good friend. Church, fellowship, RCF. And she was getting married. And marriages are very sensitive, like I always say. It happens for most once in a lifetime. So you want to keep the memory very majestic or beautiful. So she engaged me, went all the way in the beat that I could at the time to Ibadan. And then I engaged the best I could. But guess what? I asked the same question. I asked for feedback. I did not ask for feedback before. And she didn't even talk to me after the wedding. But maybe because I was curious that Tolu did not even check up on me after traveling from Ekiti to Ado and returning. You know, what's going on? I could have said maybe she's busy honeymoon and all of that. And then I would have moved on. But guess what? I waited and then asked for feedback. Hi, Tolu, how are you? How are you doing? Please, do you mind telling me what you felt about my service at your wedding? She responded, follow me. Responded by, do you want me to tell you the truth? And then I had to adjust myself to say, I remember in the time, you know, I think that they just introduced stickers, and then I put a smile. I say, yes, please, go ahead. And guess what? She didn't type. She sent me screenshots. Yes. And they were screenshots of friends of hers on their wedding WhatsApp group that they were talking about me. This your MC is boring, oh. I hope you didn't pay his balance. This guy is just cracking dry jokes. You understand? And went on and on and on and like, huh? I was broken, oh. I'm not going to lie. And so I took my time, and then I called her. She didn't pick my call. You know that while I started, you know. And then I tapped her a very long message and told her, I said, I'm very sorry that you got this very negative feedback, you know, and that I promise you that even though your wedding might have been what it is right now, I promise that one day you will look back and you will be proud that you gave me this platform to improve on. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. And guess what? We didn't talk for many years after that. many years. But recently, I saw on one of my posts videos and said, I'm so proud of your growth. I'm so happy with how you're doing right now. Right? And that's Tolu. So you will never know how a client truly feels until you ask for feedback. Feedback is very powerful. When you deliver that graphics, ask. Please ask. When you deliver the video, please ask. When you deliver the content or documentary, please ask. Ask for feedback. You will never improve. You know what that feedback did to me? It made me propose to either do two things. Either give up on MCing or be the best that I can be. And I chose not to give up. I almost gave up. It was going to be my last wedding. But I chose that I would take this challenge and be the best that I can be. All right? So no matter the feedback, positive or negative, don't give up back. Because see, this is the creative business equation. You build value, leads to satisfaction, add that with structure, add that with feedback and consistency, and that's what births growth. All right? So ask your clients what worked well, what could improve, did we meet expectations, would you recommend us? I still do it to date. In fact, I have a message that I type every time. In fact, if you go to Google, you'll see the reviews and ratings on Google. I'll put my Google review link there and thank them for hiring A1 Nigeria as their event host for the event and blah blah blah. If you do like what we did, please kindly review us. This is the link. You can check us out on WhatsApp, on my website, and then I close on that. I do that till date, right? So please, it's very important. The goal, don't forget, is not to do one great job. The goal is to stay in business long enough to do 1,000 great jobs. As I close, I have a WhatsApp channel where I share my thoughts every day. I write every single day. No matter how tired I am, right? And I believe that young persons need to have access to very quality thought processes to be able to become better leaders and impact their generation positively. So if you don't mind joining, you can scan the barcode, the QR code to join the channel, and also follow me on social media. Thank you for your rapt attention.